A Single Lucid Moment by Robert Soderstrom, Peace Corps volunteer, Papua New Guinea, 1996. It was when we had settled in that it happened. We were sitting in a circle on the ground with a large group of villagers to talk story, Papua New Guinea's favorite pastime of telling stories. I had passed around photos I had snapped back home in Chicago. A villager was staring intently at one of the photos. He had spotted two homeless men on a Michigan Avenue sidewalk with crude signs propped between their legs. Tupela man wokamwanam? He asked. What are these two men doing? I attempted to explain the concept of homelessness to the group and the desire of these two men to get some food. Crowding around the photograph for a good stare, the villagers could not comprehend how the men became homeless or why the passers-by in the photo were so indifferent. They bombarded me with questions, and I did my best to make sense of the two ragged beggars in the midst of such glittering skyscrapers. I read from their questions and solemn mood that they had made an important observation. These two men must lack not only food and shelter, but also a general sense of affection and purpose in their community. Early the next morning, we were startled to hear a sharp rap on the door. Opening it, I was greeted by Moya, Cabre, Cavallo, and Lamech. Carrie and I went out into the bright, beautiful day and sat with them in a circle. Each man gave us a pineapple. Moya spoke. After you left last night, all of us men on the village council had a very big meeting. For a long, long time, we discussed the two men in your picture. We have reached a conclusion and have a proposal for you. What could this possibly be? We wondered. Please contact those two men as well as your government. Ask the government if they will fly those two men to Maimafu, just like what they did for you. We have marked 2 spots of land where we will build houses for those two men, just like we built for you. Our men will build the houses and the women will plant the gardens to feed them. They were offering to do what? I was stunned and overwhelmed. Their offer was bold and genuine. It was innocent and naive. It was beautiful. And, like the twist of a kaleidoscope, my worldview had completely changed. What does one say to such an offer? We stammered for a response, stumbled over explanations of difficult logistics, scarce money, and government bureaucracies. But the councilmen would not accept no for an answer. In their simple lives, it was impossible to comprehend that humanity was host to such an injustice. They wanted action. The villagers were serious. They were offering everything they had. We reluctantly matched their enthusiasm with a few letters to America and long conversations with the village council. We listened to the women discuss the type of gardens they would plant, which would even include coffee trees to generate a small income. And we answered numerous questions over time from villagers amazed with this foreign thing called homelessness. The plan could not work, we told them. Their hearts sank, and I could see in their eyes that this dream would not die easily. Sorry true, we know inap wokem do spela samting, they told us. We are sorry this can't happen. Initially inspired by the episode, I began mulling questions over and over in my mind. Fetching water in the ink-black night and looking up at the hill at our small hut, light from the lantern inside splitting the bamboo-thatched walls, I would think of the spiritual wealth of my Maifu and the material wealth of America. Can a community reach a balance of material wealth and spiritual wealth? Why do these two societies exhibit so much of one and not much of the other? Do those two ends interfere with one another? How much spiritual wealth can we have? How much material wealth do we need? How has the world evolved so that some people own mansions and others lack shoes? How many people have love in their souls but diseased water in their drinking cups? The villagers worked with us on newer projects, and I discovered, like many Peace Corps volunteers before me, that the world's purest form of brotherhood can often be found in the smallest of villages.
Created using Powtoon.